And we are live! Greetings and salutations, and of course, au revoir! Very stream we're doing today.
I just had the privilege to see both Jacqueline and Baron head banging on the back on the green room on the introduction. It was the fucking most amazing thing I've seen all week.
I'm here for it. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, today we have a double bell of spook galore. Tomorrow, of course, we kick off spooky month. So we thought today it was only appropriate that we not only release Spooktober, our spooky October challenge, but we also have a spooky one shot. Jacqueline, give us just a tiny taster of what's gonna be going on today with the words and the places. Forgive me.
A survey ship flying through the eye of a giant multi-week hurricane comes across a distress signal for ships that's been lost for 300 years. They have to land and respond to the emergency distress because no one else is nearby to help. What they find on board may scare you.
It will be spooky.
Speaking of scary, the bottom right, you can see the characters Demetrius and I will be playing just a little bit later today. That is Ginny and Mokalis. And we'll be telling you all about that later. But of course, we have to kick off with Spooktober. Who wants to go to the top of the class and tell everybody what is Spooktober? Jackie, take it away.
Spooktober was a little event that started on the Discord a few years ago and has grown ever since. Each day you get a prompt. How you fill that prompt is entirely up to you. It can be visual media, it can be written media, it can be spoken word. You can go out and do some weird performance art and film it and put it on YouTube and post it. All you got to do is submit it to a generic article and submit it to the challenge. And you have done your Spooktober. It is not a high stress one.
That's right. It is a chill challenge. If you guys remember Best Street February earlier in the year, it is a similar challenge to that. We challenge you to do at least 13 of our Spooktober words. I just sneaked you a couple there. And you can do them in any way you like. You can do a stat block. You can do fanfic. You can do flashfic. You can do a whole one-shot adventure or a tiny little creature, whatever you would like. The whole idea is to get spooky, to get creative, to get involved in different kinds of things, try out different kinds of media, get excited. And I know that some of you will be planning NaNoWriMo things as well. So the whole idea of this is something chill that you can do on the side if you want to. And we're going to reveal some of the prompts. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'm going to do a quick call round. So I'm going to read out one of the words and I want one of you to suggest something that it could be. Are you ready? Crow, Dimmy.
Crow, don't know. Assassin.
Assassin Crow. Claw, Jackie.
Claw would be a weapon that you can put over your hands to...
Love it. I'm going to take clock, the ever-clicking clock that sighs the seconds away from your life. And Baron, Spectre.
Man, I had one for clock all ready to go.
Spectre.
Spooky ghost that comes and takes your soul and puts it into a lantern and then writes a book out of it.
Yeah. And Cryptic, Demetrius.
Cryptic. A monster hiding in the corner behind the desk kind of thing.
Ooh. And Pale, Baron.
Pale. Me.
You're scary?
Yeah.
Your own reflection in the mirror.
Yes, but it
like
actually
you before you
is
do.
a separate entity.
Oh,
yeah. So guys, you see how easy this is. You pick a word, you grab a concept, and you run with it. And you can run with it in any media you like. And I'll reveal the rest of them to you now. And we have a very special one here as well, which is why I asked the great Verti to be here, who is hanging out in the chat. Demetrius, why do we have Drown as number 27?
I had no idea about the way this. That's really cool. We have Drown there because one of the first ever competitions we ran in the community was because of Verti, and it was actually how to kill a Verti. And the most common thing to do a Verti is to drown them or to freeze them. Water-related destruction. Yes. So Drown.
So that's why Drown is number 27.
You know what? I'm writing a Verti this year.
You should write a Verti. As Verti says, the curse that no Verti will ever escape. So folks, that is the name of the game. Grab a word. You do not have to do them in any order. And if I scroll down here, you will see you need to submit each one as a generic article. The reason that we're doing it this way is that it helps us, the community team, quickly see how many people have completed up to 13, which is the badge number. It's a spooky number. We thought it was appropriate. So complete 13 of these, pop it in a generic article, make sure it's public and published so that we can actually see it. And that will get you the beautiful, wait, where is it? Spooktober badge, which Irini has outdone herself on this year, right? Isn't this gorgeous?
It is really competing with the kitten monster vampire girl from a previous challenge, but I think it's pretty damn good. Yes.
Yeah. Bonnie Juju says, why only 27 prompts? Well, folks, when we do a lot of prompts, you guys tell us we do too many and that you can't help but do them all. So we heard you and we thought, even if you want to do every single prompt, it's still you get a few days off. And if you don't, then that is fine. You only need to do 13 to get the badge. But also, 27 stacks really nicely on the graphic. So 27 it was. That is why. Honestly, that is why.
It's all a design problem.
But Tixico says, one day you will make everyone happy. No, Verti,
Impossible.
it's
Yeah,
not
Verti,
going to
sorry.
happen.
I don't think that is possible.
We've been working on that since 2017.
Yeah,
We are
Kayetan
failing
has
continuously.
understood a separate generic article for each prompt. If you want to go ahead and loop them all together into a super one as well, that is fine, but we need to see one generic article for each submission so we can understand how many you have done. It is to help us. No, 13, 1-3, guys. You monsters. You monsters. I see you.
You brigands.
There
Beast.
is a question from TJ who asks, are you giving out the Vertislayer badge to the Drown prompt too? I do not know the answer to that question. Let's see if it's
Who
on
knows
there.
the answer to this question?
I bet Rock knows the answer to this question. Rock is the one that's been working with Irini on the badges. I have been doing other stuff. It does not say that you do. It would be very interesting to find this out, and I will ask Rock whether that is happening or
We'll
not.
come back to you.
We will come back to you with more information as that news breaks.
When Rock is back.
Yes, exactly. On Tuesday, when both Rock and I are working again. So yeah, that is Spooktober in a nutshell. And Demetrius, would you like to press the big red button to launch Spooktober for everybody?
It is actually blue, but yes.
Oh,
Shh,
I
don't tell
pushed
them
it.
that.
of course it's blue for Blue Anvil, obviously.
Obviously.
It is live.
It's live.
It's
I think for Spooktober we have to say it's alive. I think that's appropriate. So Spooktober is now live, folks. If you want to go and get inspired with these, again, any kind of media counts. Stat blocks, art, poems, you name it, you can do it. Just make sure you submit each one into a generic article, and you can find that all right. I was prepared for this here.
Oh my god, I had a great idea right now, but I don't think
Right here.
Spooky.
I had the idea of going to Starfield and creating 27 different spaceships or 13 different spaceships with the name as the name of the spaceship. That would be really cool, but I don't have the time to do
You are a mad person.
that.
Demetrius, can you double check that that is live? Because Kayetan seems to think that he has no access.
I
no.
know.
Oh
Keep it
my
live.
gosh, that's it.
I love the purple and orange. I'm always a big fan of that color.
Yeah.
It's a good combo.
Yeah, Arini has really like raised the level of our design for our competitions this year. It's amazing. The Arini Rock team has just taken
Oh,
it to the next level.
let's try that now.
How are we doing there, Demetrius?
Live now. Okay, we'll
It's
go.
live
You have to
now.
go through the extra buttons.
Too many checkboxes. It's okay. It's fixed.
I love that.
So many checkboxes, so little time.
Forbidden.
It's that scene in the movie where the engineer is going up and down the walls, flicking all the levers and buttons, trying to get it to go up.
Butcherman says,
And then
I'm in. So we are live with Spooktober. Second time lucky, apparently. And yeah, go crazy, share to the hilt, guys. Give each other inspiration in that amazing World Anvil community way. I know you can. And I will be doing on Fridays for the next month a little bit of a kind of Preptober, Spooktober mashup of getting ready for NaNoWriMo and getting some Spooktober writing sprints done as well. So every Friday over October, I'll be doing that. You can come and join me on live stream. And yeah, I reckon we can at least make it to 13. Even if you only come to the stream and write in the sprints, I think we can make it to 13. I believe in us. So yeah, that's that. That's that. I'm gonna stop this. It's gonna go by. Yeah. So Spooktober, in a nutshell, is done, which means it is time.
oh god! What happened? Music. Where's it coming from? Where's the music?
All
Set the
right.
scene.
I'm
So,
ready.
folks, can you, in Ethnis, just tell us a little bit like about the setting so that we can understand where it is? Set the scene for us, essentially.
All right. Ethnis is a sci fantasy. It is set about 1800 years into the future of our own timeline after humanity has encountered other species and learned that on their planet they had magic. But to have a little more granular look at where we'll be at today, our crew is going to be members of an expedition to a planet that is being terraformed for colonization. They are members of a banner, which is a giant faction called the Balu Selu Pact. It is not a human-focused faction. As you'll see by the crew makeup, it is mostly going to be Sazashi, which are one of the three main font of Ethnis. You have humans, you have the Baron, which look a lot like humans. You can almost picture them like elves. And then you have the Sazashi, which are much more beast-like. They were made by the Baron and then overthrew them and took over their own homeworld. The setting is a support for a TTRPG, which is what we'll be playing today, using it, called Encore. And, we try to go into the realm of body horror, adventure. There's magic. There's a bit of, your character's identity plays into it. If you're interested in it, then from our world link at the very top, you are welcome to come to our Discord. We are looking for players. We're going to run this adventure for other people as we play test it, as we share it. And we would love to have more people come and check it out.
You should go and check it out. It's awesome.
It's pretty too.
It is very pretty.
Very dummy.
Thank you. Yeah, and we are a mixture of LGBT folks. We've got all of our crew here hidden in the chat today. You have Hive, who did so much of our art today. You have Laggy, Leviatans, who is doing the music that you hear. And then Baron and I co-wrote this. I did a lot of the bass, but he came through and he helped me fill in spaces. He helped me keep motivated.
Mm-hmm.
And, this is the first of a 5-episode adventure. Probably do it all in one very long day or a good weekend.
Exciting. Well, I think we know what Ethnis is. I think we know who will play. You can see us right there on the screen. So, my card deck is ready. Let's do this.
All right. So to intro everyone, Ethnis is played with a deck of cards. Standard poker deck, all the royals left in, including the jokers. our players are, well, why don't you introduce yourselves? Who are you? From what you know of yourselves.
Can I go first? Or should
Yep.
I go?
Go ahead, Demi.
Okay, so my name is Mokalis. I am a Valus Lupact, and I'm actually a cow.
Yep.
Is that correct? Cow?
Yep.
Yeah. I am, as essentially Baron very nicely described me, a blunt force brainiac.
A one-punch
The
brainiac.
one punch.
One punch brainiac, exactly. And I am smart. I like engineering. I do mech stuff, but also I heal stuff. But mostly, I punch things through the wall.
Mhm.
He can punch a hole through your wall and fix it.
Yep.
Exactly. It's a good way to make money in this world.
Yeah. And then we have Janet.
You can call me Henny, although my name is Hensier Torabi. And I travel with this one,
Hey,
the blunt instrument. I am. Let's say, by the time you see me, it'll be too late.
Love it. All right, so you are 2 members of an expedition through a region known as Magra's Cauldron, which is on this planet, Brivagashani. Magra's Cauldron is a whole stormy region on the southern hemisphere that has a annual giant storm that slowly crawls across it. And this year, your expedition is flying through the eye of it to learn about the land underneath and see how it can be colonized. As you're traveling, your survey ship has begun to pick up a signal that no one else in the region has picked up before, a distress signal. Now, ships have come over this region before, so this is strange that this is the first time it's popped up. And since no one else is nearby, you're the ones expected to check in on it. You are currently, well, let's see. I'm going to actually dig into your characters just a little bit more. Because I was wondering, there is a law within the Valus Pact, which is your overall country, basically, that says that, you know, if you want to take part in all of our social benefits, you have to do conscription service at some point. Some people are chosen for it. Some choose to enter it as a career. Your characters, are they here because they want to be or because they have to be?
my character definitely wants to be here. He's going for the whole 9 yards.
All right.
I was here because I was supposed to be. And now I'm here because, frankly, everything else is repellent.
I love it.
All right. So then, Mokalis is on the route to do this as a long haul career. He might be a colonist, and Hinny, well, maybe she'll go back home after this. Kind of depends on what happens. The draw to her. Your characters both have mantras within the Encore system. A mantra is a softly defined proverb that your character lives by. If you do something within the game that you feel through roleplay states your mantra, call it out, and your character gets to check it off, and you gain back some of your sanity, and then the next time you rest, you can uncheck them all.
Sanity. That's what I need in my life. Yeah.
So it's a good way to reset yourself. Mokalis's mantras are: nothing tops the exhaustion of putting in a good day of hard work, and if we all play to our strengths, we're unstoppable.
Team player!
Yeah, exactly.
Hinnies are what you find today may save tomorrow, and I must guide others to be in step. So you can get a little
Sometimes with a pointy stick.
Yep.
So there you can kind of get a feel for what they're about. Now they're not going alone in this adventure. Currently, they're in a wing ship. The cabin accommodates 2 rows of 3 seats lined up and facing each other, leaving an aisle between the cockpit at the front and the boarding ramp at the back. Windows show them on each side the center, the storm in which they're in the eye of. If they look out to the right, they see, almost a kilometer to one end is one end of the storm, and almost a kilometer to the other is the other end of the storm. It's a great wall which encircles them and shows below the dark and green ocean. Above them, another glass window shows the underside of the main survey ship. In this wing ship, they're waiting for confirmation to drop as soon as they get a visual on the arcology. The arcology, for those who aren't familiar with the term, is a giant city ship. It was first deployed to this world 300 years ago to settle, and then eventually, once it had settled enough colonies, it would land and become a colony itself. So the fact that it's here isn't necessarily the mystery, but the fact that it only started giving off a distress signal is what's strange. They share the cabin.
We came on that ship a long time ago, and the ship now stays there. Nobody was supposed to be in there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. This is the first time anyone's discovered the ship either, because it's been hiding under the storm, supposedly, seemingly. So your pilot at the front, Gage, reports that the flight's ready and awaiting confirmation. Their voice is louder over your headsets than it is from the front. You share the cabin with three others: Nashu, Ramshanti, and Ukera. Squazi's there too, but we'll come back to him in a moment. The away team, as you can see in front of you, is lovingly rendered by our wonderful artist Hive. We have Nashu, who is the commander of this vessel. He came to this world to make a claim for his family, but first he has to make a name for himself. He's from a reliable stock of hunters, but this is his first time working as a commander. He's got that spirit of adventure, just like Mokalis. You have Ramshanti. She is here because she was dishonored. Following an incident as a colonial detective, she was redeployed to an airship as an Auric reserve with little to do except to contemplate her fear of heights. The posting is droll.
No.
She's determined to do something of significance with her time. She takes this seriously. A commendation from Nashu would mean a return to her service. Around her neck, she wears a black iron chain to represent the dishonor of the incident. If she manages to get her commendation, she gets back in good standing. The third person is your scout, Ukera the Starer. This is his fourth deployment. His official role is as a medic, but he is a journeyman of the Survivalist Guild with several expeditions under his belt. Before each deployment, he goes hollow as part of his faith and has his soul removed. He left his soul with his mate. He can sleep with both eyes open and speaks in a soft, cadent voice.
That sounds terribly uncomfortable.
He's everyone. As I mentioned, magic's a thing. Everyone has a soul except Ukera. That may come in use later. So I invite the players now to kind of talk about if they have any connection to these characters. If there's someone you feel like your character would know. It's been a small expedition and you've been here for a few weeks. Having these connections, may behoove you along the story. Is there anyone you think you would know closer?
I've definitely been drinking with Ramshanti.
That's great.
She hates heights. I hate people. It's a match made in heaven.
I can see that.
I think that Mokalis would actually try to get to know a little bit more Nashu. As a successful, effectively part of the machine, he would like to learn from him and also do the best he can actually to learn as much as he can about his work and about his job.
Excellent. So both of these characters have come to treat you as just a little bit of a confidant. Nashu is very professional and won't, backtalk or smack talk anyone on the crew, but definitely who he prefers. Ramshanti, best drinking buddy. You guys can glower with the best of them.
She has the best stories of shittery.
All right, so as you guys you're looking around the cabin, taking stock of who you're traveling with, Lithresia, over your comms, she is up on the ship. She will be your main operator. She says that you should have visual within the next 10 seconds. And Nashu orders to deploy the drone, and a teardrop-shaped shadow falls into view and away before spreading its great curled wings and banking sharply towards the island. And then as it flies away, the visual of the island or of the storm comes up on a monitor. This is the other characters. They're not going to be as prevalent, so I'm going to kind of roll over them. But if people want to check out these characters, they will be there.
The skedaddler looks like something I would eat.
Probably, not a. You might get sick.
You would get sick.
Yep,
It looks unwashed.
He's got a mouth like a motor and a mind as vulgar as pig iron.
Ah, delightful. True gentleman.
He's good at pushing buttons, which is good because he's about all he's allowed to do. He is here as an indentured. He is working off a crime. And then Gage, of course, is the pilot, who is rarely found without a stimulant in hand and an eye on the readings. They spend most of their time in immersions, practicing on vessels far more agile than the wing ship. They have high aspirations, but being a human in the pack isn't easy.
Yeah.
So squishy.
So, as the drone flies down, a monitor over the portal into the cockpit of the ship shows a stream from the drone's mounted camera. Condensation ebbs at the edge of its feed as it swoops down towards the island at such a speed that the land seems to lurch out from beneath the overhang of storm clouds.
Ooh.
Sinister crags of basalt and iron jut up into the sky, lacerating the underbelly of the storm and sending whirls of mist spinning out over the sea, roiling against the rocky shore. The landmass is narrow and angular, the lip of a crater risen above the sea, and is comprised exclusively of sheer faces. Nashu stares up at the feed, searching for signs of life amid the grainy details of the feed, and I believe it is Demi who spots it first, who spots the outline of the ship. It intersects with the sharp angles of the cliffs as you spot it, an oblong shape, geometric along some edges and lumpy along others. One structure overgrown with another, a massive construct encased in coral and impaled on the cliffs. Let's see. So, Gage confirms a moment later what you're seeing and explains that it is a seed arcology, a geode arcology, which is to say that big city grown with a shell of coral, and that as that grows out, the city inside grows inside the shell, and they just keep hollowing it out.
So it's made to grow organically.
Yep, it's basically like a big metal platform with a living coral dome, and they take off pieces of it and plant it around the world to start the ecology.
Wow, that's amazing.
But this one is pretty overgrown. It's been here for a while. Its tendrils reach out over the crags and hold on to it like a cancerous growth. And as you see it, Lathresia reports in that you have the planet marshal's marshal's office green light to drop, and the countdown begins. You hear the Meisner engine hum to life beneath your feet, and in your inner ear, Ram Shanti makes a quick prayer sign. The inertial dampening adds to the chorus, whispering baritone lies about which way is down. Ukara pulls his seatbelt taut. Your eyes tell you that down is forward as the wing ship tilts down towards the ocean. Your body tells you that down is towards the floor, where the gravity plating is pulling at you. Nashu closes his eyes and grits his jaw. Are you ready for the drop? Calls Gage.
I was born ready.
You took my line.
A solid metallic kerchunk reverberates through the hull as the docking clamps disengage and you drop. And that prompts our first check. So,
Hebel.
In Ethnis, conflict is broken into rounds. At the beginning of each round, you can draw as many cards as you like. But the number of cards in your hand when you're done, that is the base difficulty of the check. So if you have 4 cards, you have 4 different values to play, but you also have a -4 to everything you're doing.
Can
So
we see them while we're gathering them, or we decide how many we actually draw and then we see them?
So you draw them. You can draw them one at a time and decide tactically. This is what the ante's for. Is you can decide which one you want to keep or not. If you have royals, those go aside in a bide pile. They do not count towards your hand. Those are used to invoke your abilities, and when we shuffle, they will all go back into your deck. So it's use them or lose them by the time you shuffle.
Amazing. So we'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can draw. Typically, most players only go for 2 or 3 cards at a starting level, and then you get to pick which one of those you will play towards the check. And when the round is over, everything gets discarded.
So
When you
I have 3 cards. One of them is a royal. Am I putting it automatically down?
you get to pick which one you want to put down towards it.
Well, no, he has a royal.
Oh, royal. Yeah, you put the royal aside for now. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. So once you're both ready, you can. So we're gonna make what is a Constitution check, which is you. Janet will get a +1, and Demi will get a +0. And it's gonna be moderately high. So if you got a good card, this is the time to play it.
So we show you the card, right?
Yep, you say which card you're going to play. The turn order would be generally... Janet's always going to go first.
Janet's always going to go first, yeah.
Yep. So I see a 10.
It's a 7.
7 from Janet, and a 10 from Demi.
9.
9, okay.
7 and a 9.
7 and a 9. So you'll both level it, and the way leveling works in Ethnis is that if the check is sufficiently high and you pass it, you level, or if you play a 10, you level. And you can change this value in your sheet next to Constitution, that 10. You can change that to 11.
Arrgh.
And then for Demi, this 0, you can change it to 1.
Congrats.
Hooray!
That's how leveling works. And
You are 1 Constitution.
9 more of those, and you'll get a +1.
There you go.
Yay!
So you
What
both.
did we do the card? What did we do the card we used, by the way?
So since that was the one round, you just discard everything except for you keep the royals in their bide.
So by discard, we mean it goes back into the pile, or just on the side on another discard
Goes
pile?
into a discard pile.
Yeah, discard pile.
Cool.
And then so for the crowd watching and for Demi and Janet, at some point you may decide I've used all my good cards or I've only got a few left. I'm going to refresh, which means that you take all your cards, shuffle them back together, start with a whole deck again, and the penalty for that is that you get 1 point of exhaustion. So Demi has a lot of stamina. He can shuffle several times before he sees any downside. Janet's making me think maybe the his Robbie need a little more tweaking because she's got 1 stamina, which means
What? Huh?
it's
I'm a cat, people. I get tired easily. Why do you think I nap for 10 hours a day? What are you asking me here?
Exactly. So after a couple shuffles, you're going to start saying it's basically a -1 or whatever that applies to your check. The more tired you are, the more of a negative applies to all your checks.
Yes, I am the nap. The nap is in me.
Are you guys doing any actions to work through this rather stomach churning event? Like, we saw that Nashu was stealing himself. We saw that Yukara was like getting himself strapped in nice and tight. Do you guys have anything that you would use in a particularly stressful situation like this?
I am just singing under my breath.
I'm gonna sink my claws into the arms of the chair and just enjoy the feeling of perforating the fabric. Just a little kind of like physical in the moment meditation combined with some destruction. I'm here for it. Yeah.
As your claws sink in, you realize that the handles have been taped over multiple times.
Yeah, I'm just going through the vacuum tape like.
There we go. All right. So as you drop and you spiral away from the ship, and the gauge descends the ship in a broad spiral, swooping over the arcology, spiraling down as the storm recedes more to expose it. Anchoring the arcology to the spires is a wild tangle of stony vines, some as thick around as the belly of the ship. Whatever growth they had cultivated aboard the ship had gone wild. Gage, can we land? Nashu asks, raising his voice over the screams of the wind and the hum of the wing ship. Unfortunately, the surface is almost entirely overgrown. However, there's an auxiliary takeoff port for vertical takeoff and landing vehicles, like the wing ship. The crust has grown up around it, but left enough of an opening that I could land inside if someone could go down and do a manual override and open it. Nothing is responding to our hails. Are you sure this is the only way in? The captain asks. Yes. Nashu looks to you two and to Ukara. You two and Ukara will rappel down and open the port so that we can land inside. I have entrusted Ukara with some clearing charges to clear any coral if needed. Hopefully they will not be. Gage chimes in. The Meisner engine can only handle a few minutes of continuous stationary hover. Less in this wind. Get down and open the port quick, or you'll be working alone for this. So, the ship comes
Open
down.
the cat then.
What was that?
I said we've got to open the cat flap then.
The cat flap, yeah.
Exactly.
So the ship swoops down, it comes to hover, kind of wavering over one of these stony corals, and Ukeda goes to the back of the ship and opens the tail, and the wind comes screaming in, and he lowers a rappel line. And does anyone want to volunteer to rappel down first?
I'll do it.
Wow. Okay.
I love this.
I like how both. So I just imagine both of you step forward and once off of your chair. Like I just imagine Ginny just like rips their claws out of the chair.
Yeah.
I feel like Timmy's gonna be able to get there faster. Oh, that's great.
Well, she has the first initiative, dude. Our high reflex.
I think I'm gonna duck under his arm, and maybe elbow him back and shove in the way, and then jump.
Oh my. Jimmy, do you just let that happen, or are you gonna?
I was thinking of propelling her by kicking her in the butt, but you know what? I do not know her enough, so I will just like stay there and wait until she's done with what she's doing.
Too slow, little meat man. Too slow.
Have you guys been friends during this whole venture?
I think we have a competitive frenemy relationship. That's how I see it. Like
so.
we have each other's back for sure, but there's a lot of barbs going back and forth. I think that's the game we play.
I think I kind of like her, but loathe her ineffectuality and her inability to understand that we have a work to do, and not everything is just fun and play here.
So like real life.
Oh my gosh.
No. It's not really like that.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Ethnis is also well known for its relationship counseling abilities.
There you go.
All right. So to do this rappel, it is going to be another multi-turn thing. Well, this one's going to be multi-turns. So
Okay.
This will be your first encounter with a multi-turn contest.
I'm ready. My card is already.
So just like in other systems, each round represents about 5 seconds. So you're given a, let's see, what's the distance on this rope? What did I say? I think it's about 20 meters. No, not 20 meters. 8 meters. So it's about an 8-meter rope. You're going to do a climb check to get down. You can use other skills as well. So if you feel like there's other ways for your character to engage with this, by all means. But I think your climb is pretty good, isn't it?
My
I
climb
think
is good,
it's
but my
fine.
agility is better. Can I use my agility?
You can, because fast roping is under your agility. Good call. It'll be a less of a controlled descent and more of a drop.
That's
But-
fine. It's kind of a
All right.
to infinity and beyond moment, I think.
You're just like, I'm going
That's
first
where I
and
see
see you later.
Let's see what's down there.
Well, if you were to try to do the whole rope at once, that'd be an awful lot. But you could probably go about halfway in one go,
Okay,
which
I'll do
would
that.
be a difficulty of 8, assuming nothing else is going on.
Okay.
Hey, that's a lot of difficulty.
So I'm gonna take some cards. Oh! Well, looky here.
Is that a 10?
It's a
Yeah,
10.
it's a 10.
Holy crapola.
So you get to level agility.
So I'm gonna get more agile. That seems like the way to do it. Okay, so that's my round.
Yep.
So did you draw any other cards?
I did. I drew another card. I don't know how that works.
So you have 2 cards.
Okay. So, well, there's nothing that can happen to you right now. So you drew a 10, you move down, you 13, so -2. So your total check is 10 minus the 2 cards, which is 8, plus your 3 from
For
your
your skill.
agility. So
Yeah.
that is
It's 11.
11. So yeah, you definitely nail it, which is good because as you're going down, a sharp wind blows across the rope and the whole ship kind of waves for a second. So, good thing you didn't
You didn't get very close
you didn't
to failure
slip off the rope.
So keep that extra card with you for now. Right?
Okay.
Well, she's gonna have to do the next round now, unless Dimmy's gonna jump on the rope while she's on it.
Right.
So you can do another quick round. So
Okay.
you discard the remaining and do another round.
Okay.
For the remainder of the rope.
7 plus
7.
3 is 10.
And then how many cards did you draw? Just the one?
Just the one.
Okay, so 9. That's another pass. So
Great.
you oh wait. What so you only drew 1 card. All right, and then we'll do the vault check, which is actually sorry, you only drew 1 card, you said?
Yeah, just the one. Just the 7.
Okay. And then we'll do the third round, which is the vault check. So you're gonna stick the landing. You can do it. You can do another hand with that, and the difficulty is probably that's a bent card. Jeez. The difficulty of that is going to be 4.
Okay. So I just drew an ace. Is that a 1?
Yeah, it is a 1.
So you can keep drawing cards.
I can make it actually because oh no, I can't. My vault is a 3, plus a 1 is a 4, but I drew 1 card, which would mean I would fail. So I'm going to draw another card, which is not relevant. Okay, that's a 7.
Okay, then you land
So
it.
that will get me there. 7 plus 3 is 10. Minus the 2 is 8, but that's more than 4. So
Yep.
that is my vault check done. So what this looks like is Ghini kind of like shoves underneath the arm of Mokulis, jumps onto the rope with this very confident expression, grabs onto the rope. The sudden gust of wind blows, and you hear this very faint and she's blown sideways, and then she's like, and you hear a kind of grumbling noise, and then you see her very proficiently kind of do another kind of agile leap down the rope, flip, and land on 4 paws, and look up
with that
and
skill?
go, and you see her pull her characteristic face, which is that one.
Hold on.
So that's how Ghini's getting down. What's Mokulis doing?
10. That's what Yukara and Nashu back on the ship give you.
Yukara-
Yukara's like, dang,
And Kara's like, wow.
over the comms.
All that, and I'm still drunk. Demi, what are you doing?
Wow. Okay, so I will try to jump down as well. I drew 3 cards, but the 2 of them are actually suits, so I'm putting them down.
So that means your hand size is only 1.
1, and I have a 7.
Oh, nice. So, are you gonna fast line down, climb down? You gonna mess with all the little machinery on it, and just wiggle your way down?
Which machinery? Just to clarify.
The pulleys. You're not a seasoned climber, but pulleys are simple machines. You can figure it out. So there's like all the climbing gear that you've actually.
Okay, I see what you mean. Actually, honestly, it's 8 meters. You said the drop, right?
Yep.
I will just fast climbing down. It's like just like use the rope as a way to go down.
Okay, so and you got a 7, you said?
Yes.
All right, with a climb of 2, and that was 1 card, so that is 8. Okay, so do you want to go? Do you want to try the whole thing, or do you want to be a little careful?
I will not try to be careful.
You will not try to be careful. Okay.
Kenny shuffles out the way slightly.
Let's see what happens. Oh, you're lucky the wind dies down as you're climbing down. So
the gases know me. We are friends with the gases.
Don't worry, the pact will protect me.
All right, so you climb down the rope. Since yours was a climb instead of fast drop, you don't need to worry about the landing check. So you climb down a moment after her, and then you see Ukera. He zip lines right down after, and your feet land upon the branch, and you find yourselves in the dense fog with the spires around you, the wind howling through them. And the ground below you is a hard, almost stony wooden surface.
Would you say that at this point, essentially, the wind around us is a hazard? Like, is it dangerous? Like, can we be pushed away, or essentially?
Right. So, as you land, after Ukera lands, he is quick to put down a safety tether to attach it to those and to tie it off to you, because the surface is icy and the wind is high. So yeah, it is a hazard. You are in a dangerous place right now for sure.
Can I use my magic
For what?
to actually control the wind around us? So effectively create a bubble that will actually slow down the wind around us, or even divert it if possible.
Yep. So that will be a direct or decay check. So decay can slow the wind. Direct.
Yeah, probably decay, just to make it a bit more actually like able kind of thing.
Yep. So the higher the level of the spell in this case, the more of your soul it will use up.
Mm-hmm.
And the more it will weaken the wind in a bubble around you.
Okay.
I will say that that's the sort of thing you could probably maintain for a little bit with 1 cast. We'll give you 5 minutes on it if you can pull it off, which it shouldn't be too hard of a check. It'll be a difficulty of, I would say, 2 for each space away from you, and it'll go out in a radius.
Okay.
So and then go ahead.
Tell me what I'm supposed to do. Am I drawing card again for attack?
So you're going to draw cards for a check. And also the spell's level adds into the difficulty. So if you wanted to do like a really high level, it's going to be higher as a result. You can cast between level 1 and 4. 1 would it would still be probably problematic at 1. So around maybe a level 3, you would have.
Try a level 3 then.
Okay. So, and then how big of a radius do you want?
About 3 meters around me, I'm guessing. So not very far away from each other. I mean, I'm guessing we'll be close to each other, kind of thing.
Yep. So, 3 meters. So 3 spaces or 3 meters? Sorry.
What are spaces? Define space.
5 feet. Your standard D&D space, which is like.
I see. No, I'm essentially my space and the space around, like essentially, and the space around us, essentially.
Okay. So then I think the difficulty for that would simply be 5.
Okay. So I drew up an 8.
There you
Good
go.
enough?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
good enough. And then you can level
Okay.
decay. You put up your arms, and it's almost just like you're just grabbing the wind and stopping it. And you see the fog on the ground around you just kind of halt and then whip into like a slow spiral. And the wind stops buffeting you so hard you can kind of feel it bouncing off of the shield of your magic and going in all other directions. But for now, around you for the next few minutes, it's more of a gentle breeze.
Amazing. By the way, where do the suits come into play? By the way, because I thought that was we're using special abilities in like when do we use the suits of the like the royals?
Certain items will take advantage of them later.
Oh.
A lot of the advanced card mechanics are unlocked through abilities and play, so that as you're low level, you're just getting used to using the deck rather than using the full extent of it.
Cool. Excellent.
So, and that drops your soul down to 5 out of 8.
Oh.
It will recharge gradually over time, so long as you're somewhere with magic.
So I go to 5 out of 8. I change it to 5, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, wrong spot. If it reaches 0 and you're in a place without magic, you will be soulless and hollow like Ukara.
Yeah, he's terrible at parties. You don't want to be like that.
You don't know that. Kara's a party animal.
The sound of your own breathing fills your ears, louder than the breeze and the dense blinding mist all around you. Lithresia overcomes, messages you, but it's mostly a blip of text in the chat box to save on bandwidth. She warns you that this is about as good as it's going to get. The storm is curving as it passes by, and we won't get more of a few hours of exposure.
Why do they never send us anywhere nice? A nice beach, perhaps. It's always wind this and cataclysm that, honestly. Right, let's get inside this thing, shall we?
All right. There will be no extraction if you guys don't get out in time. You'll be stuck here for a week or so until the marshal will come in with his guys as the storm dies down on the other end of it.
Oh, goody, and in such company.
We better make a move on and be quick then, right?
Exactly. All right.
You're the slow one. Come on, let's go.
So Ukara starts leading the way. He's quick to put down the safety tethers as you go, although now that you have the wind protection, maybe he doesn't need to. So the next rounds are you need a agility of, actually your agility checks are down to 3 because the wind is compensated for it. Good job.
Hooray!
So yeah, give me a we're gonna do 3 rounds. The first one is an agility of 3. The second round will be a climb of 15 or 3 spaces. So however you want to do that, if you want to speed line again or climb again, and then one last agility check. So this is just to get you in the habit of rounds, basically. But if you can give me your first round of an agility check of 3.
That's a 9. I've more than passed it.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Easy.
So Kara stakes out with you guys over to this, gets you to the cliffs, where you can see the wood intersecting with the basalt here. And then he sets up another line to climb down. So if you can give me a climb check.
Child's play.
I keep looking at the wrong stream. There we go.
Sorry, it's 8.
That's true. I keep looking at the top one. I'm like, where's the card?
So that's a 12 total for me.
Perfect.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, I basically just slide down the thing.
But just to clarify, in order to fade the total, is our skill, for example, for me being 2, plus the card, that is 10, minus 1 because there was 1 card, so 11.
Yep.
11, cool.
You guys are doing great. Oscar, He fast lined down, but he didn't stick the landing, so he just went.
Oh,
It was brutal.
Oh,
the
no.
full force of gravity.
He tried to do the whole thing in one turn.
You never want to take a gravity to the face. It's just
Yeah.
it's not nice. Oh.
Okay, and then as you climb down, you're shimmering down through the mist, and you find yourselves below these stony vines and more onto the surface of the ship itself. A short distance away, the surface of the ship concaves a bit. There's like this lattice of coral growing in a bowl shape. Ukara tells you that's the spot underneath there.
Oh, you mean the super creepy, horrible place? Of course. Excellent.
It looks like home.
Looks like a haunted litter box. Let's do this.
And so it'll be another. Well, actually, you're safe from the wind here, and the terrain's pretty good, so we're gonna not do that last check. After much scooting, crawling, and clambering, you find yourself at the concave depression. Gage lets you know that you are near the portal, but it is somewhere in that hole. So you guys are gonna have to figure out how to get that place opened up, and how to get down into there.
Can I investigate the place around using my engineering skill?
Yep. You can use engineering to determine the underlying structure, or biology for the growth.
What would have made more sense for the character? I mean, we're looking at the coral, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Sorry. Janet threw me off.
Who wants to see my tape of concave depression?
Anyway, sorry, Demi. What were you asking?
I was asking what would make more sense for my character.
Yep. Yeah. So the underlying engineering will probably, you'll have a stronger go there. So why don't you give me a check on that?
Okay. So I have 5 for the check, right?
Yep. +5.
And how much do I need? Do I know? Do I have to know? Or
You do not know. I can give you an estimate of like what the features are ahead of you. So, for example, because you've got all this overlaying growth, that's going to be at least a 4 to kind of separate it in your head. And then you've got descriptions from Gage on how the ship might work. So, it's an Oculus, that'll help. But at least a 4 to discern something helpful. And then
so
beyond
you could
that,
actually try a check without even drawing?
you could. Yeah, you can passively know these things, but the check may give you more insight.
Fair enough, yeah. Okay, in which case I will... Oh, I have a joker.
Joker. So that counts as a royal that goes in your bide.
Oh, okay, so...
So royals are used to invoke your abilities. We didn't get you many of those. Something I want to change about character creation is forcing people to get some. But they can also be used as partials. So you can play a royal at any time to do a partial action, like swapping out your gear or pulling a lever, anything that doesn't require a skill check, but still may require an action during contest. So you can set those aside. And then for your check itself, what you got?
Okay, so I have 1 card, but it's not a very good card.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a royal. Oh, I have a 7, and I have
There you
2 cards
go.
in my hand.
That's probably going to teach you a whole lot.
Yeah.
So, your experience working with packed ships tells you that the depression is about the right size for a VTOL port, which means that under the lattice, which you discern to be like under the lattice cap, which you discern to be very thin. If you were to walk on it, it probably would not support your weight. You get some hopeful knowledge that the VTOL port itself has not been narrowed much by growth. So it is something that once you've popped the cap and cleaned it out a little, and something like that, Gage will be able to land down inside of the arcology safely.
Okay. So, in which case, first of all, the moment I see that, first question: do I actually level up the skill or not for this, or
Uh,
intend to do that?
no. So basically, the summary for the skill leveling cap is that if the difficulty of the check is twice your mod, so you would need a difficulty 10 check to level
To
them.
actually get okay, great, good, excellent.
That's why the low skills level quickly is because
Well,
any
yeah, that's actually a very good idea. Very, very smart idea. Okay, great. So, in which case, actually, back to the game, I will talk to our Overwatch, to Theresia, and I told her essentially that's going to be perfectly fine for her to land. We got it, effectively.
Okay. Are you ready for us to come land now?
I will need to do some preparation work for you first, unless you want to actually slide down the coral. But yeah, give me just a sec.
Okay.
Holding.
We'll hold spiraling overhead.
In the
Yes.
meantime, I'd like to look around the surroundings and see if there's anything useful there.
Useful. Are you looking for any particular kind of usefulness? Are you machinery, poisons? Anything?
Whatever I can see that could be useful. So if I clock a plant, I'll be like, oh, is that a poisonous plant? Could I use that? If I clock machinery, I'll think, oh, is this something that I can, jury rig into something else or pull apart and take with me of some value? But I don't know what's around, so I'm looking to make the most of the environment around me. It's part of my mantra.
Okay. So acuity is kind of your passive ability to spot things. If I need to throw something at you, I will use acuity. If you
Cool.
want to spot something yourself, using one of your acuity skills will help you with what you're looking at, right? If you're looking more around the environment, that'll be biology. If you're looking more for machinery, that'll be engineering, stuff like that.
Yes.
So if you want
Acuity
to,
skills. I've heard of those.
if you want to,
Yeah.
if you want to throw a card on those,
I have heard that is the thing that some people have.
yep.
Oh! That's
So-
a 10!
All right, what skill do you want to play that towards?
Biology.
Biology. Okay. So with the way the coral is growing all around, which for those who aren't in the know, a lot of the Juteoan landscape, in fact, a lot of the Juteoan landmass is formed of types of coral that have grown up out of the ocean, do not require constant water on top of them to grow, and so have become entire land masses. There's thousands upon millions of variations, and it is what the Pact uses to settle new worlds. This whole crust over the ship is types of coral. Growing in it, you see, as you're looking around, you see signs of a foliage that has been eaten back, and all the leaves on it are nibbled with these like scissored bites, and you can't discern the properties of the berries themselves because they're unfamiliar to you. But whatever they are, something around here has been eating them.
Okay. We should be on the lookout for something with teeth, I say to the others.
Ukera remarks how it's amazing that anything can live out here.
Yes, I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to. But regardless, they may not be friendly. If they can eat coral, well, I'm a lot softer than that, put it that way.
All right. So do you have an idea on how you want to get through this cap? Ukera does have charges. He offers them up, though he seems a little nervous about using explosives in this place.
I mean, we're on a timeline, aren't we?
True.
Can't we just blow it up?
Can I use engineering to actually set the charges in a location that will be beneficial to us and not blowing us on the kingdom?
Yeah, sure can.
I will try to do that then. Actually, I will tell them, Kara, oh, Kara, can I have the charges? I know where to place them.
Absolutely. Ukera
They
gives
have
you
confidence.
he gives you the charges and says, "Please, just please."
Just please.
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 Okay. I will draw a card. Going to consider this to pay. Just saying. It's a question. How difficult do we think this check is going to be?
Let's see. For the correct placement, I would say at least a 6 if you want to be super careful. That may be harder, but 6 would definitely be a good safe number to start with. And you've already got the 5, so you're already in your element.
Honestly, I can do it like that. So actually, that is actually 5 from the skill and 6 from the card. That's 11 minus 1 plus 1 card. It's 10 in total as a score.
Excellent. Yeah, cool. Okay, so you managed to set the explosives down in a radius of all the shaped charges kind of pointed inwards.
Does this level up the skill? Because it goes 5. And it's a 10 in total. Or is it actually the card that should be 10?
It's the card that should be 10, or
Card
the
should be
check.
10.
The check should be the check difficulty should be at least double your mod.
Excellent. Okay, great. Excellent. Good.
Yeah. So your strong skills are definitely slower to level because you have to
All
find.
the problem. I just can't understand the system essentially. I love the idea that it's actually more better known skills take more time to actually level them up. It becomes exponentially harder. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
And I should let everyone present know that if you hit 100 in a skill, you become a god. That is
That sounds fun.
that is
Challenge accepted.
that is
Engineering, everybody.
a very good goal because once you're a god, you learn your first miracle.
Oh, cool.
Wait, there are more than one miracle?
Every time a skill reaches 100, you reach another point of godhood, and you can either level up a miracle or gain a new one. Each time you get a skill 10 points past 100, same thing.
But that's just awesome.
That
Alright.
is
Get above 10.
monolith bottom.
I will find it. Oh, there it is.
And if you want to know more about monoliths, we created a whole zine for it.
Hey, we're in there.
Yep. Oh yeah, Dimmy and Janet are in here. Just
Not these characters, but
No,
No, not these characters.
but these characters.
Yeah! Me and my Velociraptor.
Yep. You get a little raptor, and then he's
There
got
is no life without Velociraptor.
yeah.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked. We've got
yes,
to land
come on,
the
let's
ship.
get back to it.
Oh,
Got a plug, okay?
charges are good. We are ready. I feel confident.
All right. So, everyone takes a step back. You set the charges. You light the charges. And as you step back, and the mist envelops the area because your little mist protection is gone from it. The explosion rattles through your feet, but it does all blow inwards, and you see a bunch of chunks and dust and all that fly into the air. And then a moment later, loud screaming, chittering, as a swarm of these lovely cortical bats come flying out of the hole.
Who kills? How a fucking god.
Each one's about this big.
The size of one chihuahua.
They're all chihuahua sized. Yeah.
Is it a metric chihuahua or an imperial chihuahua?
An Edenic chihuahua from Somnol.
There you go. Earth chihuahua.
Okay, so as it explodes and chihuahua-sized horror comes screaming towards us, Genie says, "One beach, one type. That's all I'm asking.
Oh my
Just
God.
one." And she gets her pistol to the ready.
All right. Let's see. So on the inside of the hole, you manage to glimpse that the borehole does go straight down, but the walls seem to be lined with these hollow holes, hive wall, basically.
Okay.
So to get down in there, you're gonna have to get past this swarm, which right now is panicking. It doesn't know what to make of anything yet, but it's probably only a matter of time before it spots you.
How many of those chihuahuas came out of the hole?
It's a whole swarm, so taking them all down might be a bit of a trick. Let's see.
Can we
a
stealth?
swarm
Is
of
there any way to
chihuahuas.
sneak too?
Can you what?
Sorry, Dimmy, you go first.
You said a swarm of chihuahuas.
A swarm of chihuahuas, flying ankle biters.
Are they going about their business, or are they actually offensively looking at us and considering us food?
So there's if you're looking at the hole from the side, they're basically like looping around and swarming in panic because their hive just got bombed, and they're still trying to figure out just yet what to make of that as you and the others kind of sit behind cover nearby.
Is Nashu with us?
Nashu is aboard the ship waiting to land. Ukera is with you, the survivalist scout.
Yeah.
What
What do you think, Kara? Do they eat? I look down at myself. Meat?
Ukera looks at you and he's like, I don't suppose you have any magic for this.
I mean...
Fire, lightning.
I suppose I could blow them up, but it seems like that's been done already. I could try some. I have 5 energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I could try and. Do they look more lightningy or anti-fiery? How chitinous are they?
They're quite chitinous. But
They look dry or moist.
Everything's moist here.
Everything.
Okay. So lightning.
Yep.
Delightful.
So the minimum level for a lightning spell is level 4.
Okay.
But you're gonna do more damage for if you did a level 5, but you would use up more of your soul if you did that.
I don't care. There is flying fly-shaped chihuahuas in the world. What am I gonna use the soul for?
That's true.
At this point, just fry them. Just lightning fry the chihuahuas. This is what's happening right now.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So to do a lightning strike would be energy and amplify.
Energy amplify. Boost the energy output of devices or living beings, increasing the intensity of light, heat, or electric currents.
And
Spicy
then
kind of grape. The electric current.
yes,
Yes.
the base difficulty will say that they are about 3 spaces away. So the base difficulty on that is going to be the level of 5 and the distance of 3.
That's
So
8. That is many. My skill is 5.
That's not bad.
So let's hope some things.
I believe.
Do you believe in me?
I believe.
That's a 9!
Hot
See?
damn.
9 amount of fried bugs. Okay, so that is 9 plus 5, which is a 14.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and raise your amplify skill by 1.
Amplify.
So the med at first coalesces in your hand as like kind of a white wispy ball, and as you stick your hand out, a crackle of electricity runs down your hand, and
Does it do anything to their fur?
to whose fur? Their fur. It makes everyone's in their enviro suit, so you're fine. But you can definitely feel the concussive force of it sweeping off of her hand as it arcs out, and static shocks in between this crowd of bugs, and you see like a whole group of them just cleaved off, just fall down. There's still some
Are we wearing helmets?
Yeah, you're wearing full environmental suits.
So within my helmet, my entire face is gone. Like I put my paw on a Van de Graaff generator. I look like a puffball. And I turn to Ukara and I say, "You mean something like that?"
Ukara, whose
My
face is
eyes
also
are still
a puffball,
crackling
right?
slightly.
Well, she got herself in the suit. Everyone else should be fine.
Oh.
The enviro suits are a bit rubberized, but yeah. So the static discharge of that definitely was a little soft backfire on her, but she's fine. So a whole swath of them gets cleaved off. there are still some in the air, but definitely not as many, and now they're scattering. Aside from a few
Run,
holdouts.
2 hours. Run.
So far, you guys are much more deliberate in your approach. Oscar just kept throwing explosives.
Homemade explosives.
Yeah, no charge. He just kept throwing homemade explosives at it until the problem stopped. I commend your efforts. So, do you want to approach the hole now, or do you want to continue to barrage it with something? I don't think you have enough meta left to do another strike like that.
I like to think I've shown them who's boss. I will approach the hole.
All right. As you come up on the hole, looking down into it, like I said, you can see that the walls are covered in a honeycomb of little holes squished together, little hive holes with little bits of bugs.
Darling, that's not honey.
Yeah. Don't want to eat that honey. The bottom of the hole is a little bit down, but you can climb down to it, and there is an iris at the bottom that is slightly overgrown with coral, but there's still exposed machinery. And Dimmy, you spot the basically the fuse box and all that stuff to interact with it. So once you guys get down there, you should be able to interact with it and see if you can open it up.
How deep is from where we are, like the hole from the coral top to the fuse to the iris, essentially?
It is about 6 meters. So 4 spaces. And Ukera is already tying off a rope so that you guys can climb down.
Good.
Down the hole, meat man.
Down the hole, meat man.
There might be something to punch.
So I guess you're being volunteered to go first, Demi.
As you wish, flagpole, I say, and I go down.
All right.
I mean,
give me a... So typically for these sorts of checks, what I would do is ask you how far you want to go down the rope, and then, give you the estimate of the check, and then you can throw me the check.
All the way down, I'm guessing.
All the way down, so that is 4 spaces, 6 meters. So difficulty of 6 if you're using a climb check.
Okay. Difficulty of 6 for climb check, so my climb is... Where is it?
2.
2. Okay. Okay. I have an 8.
Nice.
This is very dangerous. I think there is like a...
Yeah, all crappy cards are at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. So
They
8
can smell the boss coming.
7 plus 2, 9 in
9.
total.
Perfect. So that's a level. And yeah, as you pointed out, pulling out all your good cards early on can mean bad cards later. Ethnis can be forgiving at times because you can always pull out a good card and just burn through more energy to make sure that you get that good card. But when you come into survival scenarios or long combat, that's where you start seeing a lot of exhaustion stack up on your character.
Yeah, I can imagine.
All right. So you as you're shimmying down the rope, did you draw any other cards?
No, just 1 card.
Okay, tutorial time. As you're shimmying down the rope, you're passing in front of these holes, and one of the bugs crawls out of the hole right at you. And you said you posted a pretty high check. So what happens is, due to this startle, the check spikes in difficulty. However, your check still covers that. So, yeah. So that's why playing a high card to a moderate check can be helpful. It's because you don't know if something's going to suddenly ramp up the difficulty that you didn't know about.
Interesting.
The creature flies past your head to join the rest of the... and as soon as you're on the bottom, you hear them start chittering aggressively. You're pretty sure that's aggression, at least.
That might be opera in their language.
Yeah, it could be. They could be welcoming you.
Could be opera. Yeah.
It's a mating call.
Yeah.
which is
Top
worse.
tip.
That may be worse.
If it's a mating call, we're about to get F.
Effed.
Literally.
Exactly.
You're just so cute with your environment mask on.
And so attractive to a
No,
million
thank you.
chihuahuas.
All right. So
So I'm guessing that I'm down in the iris now, right?
yep, you've got your boots planted on the iris of the VTOL port. Janet, do you want to join, or are you just observing?
I'm enjoying watching somebody else do the hard work.
I wouldn't say you're fully enjoying, because with Demi gone, so is your protection from the wind.
Yes.
It's true.
That. We have comms, right? We can talk to each other.
Yep.
Yeah. Moculus,
Yeah.
is everything sufficiently ish down there?
For a given number of sufficiently,
Do you need somebody to watch your back?
I need silence and I need to open up this hole. But if you're afraid up here, you can always come down.
Wow.
Name of your
Alan.
sex tape? Question mark?
You're weird.
The exciting follow-up.
Just imagine if Karen's just standing at the top of the hill, looking down with Janet, like,
These two are gonna get me killed.
wow, these guys are wild.
What? It's a way to pass the time. Okay, so if Moculus thinks he's okay down there, then I'm gonna stay up here and make sure that none of the bugs goes back down. That's my plan. I've got my pistol out. I'm pretty low on soul right now. Is there magic here? Like, am I accruing soul again? I know it's a slow process.
You can't tell that without using Auric Insight, which is
Okay.
if you did a level 1 Auric spell, you'd be able to see if there's meta or not. You can't
Yeah, I'm not
necessarily physically feel yourself absorbing it.
No, that's fair. I'm not going to worry about that for now then. I'm just going to stand around with my gun. And I'm not very good at being aware of stuff because my acuity is 0. But I'm going to try and be aware of stuff and shoot things if they need shooting. That's my
All
plan.
right. So there is, there are still bugs around. There's a few down there that may take interest in him while he's working. If you wanted to start taking aim.
I could shoot some bugs, I suppose.
All right.
Marcus, apologies if I hit you. Promise it's not on purpose. Promise. So yeah, I'll take the flechette. I'm really sorry. I'm very much enjoying playing this character. I'll take the flechette pistol, and I'll just kind of take aim.
If I get a needle up the ass, there's gonna be a lot of discussion about this.
And you said you needed somebody to help you open up your hole. What? You literally said that?
No comment. Let's continue.
Oh boy.
I love this. So there's a couple ways you can go about this gate as you're observing it, Michaelis. A direct repair, going into full override and just working with what you see in front of you, would require a project, which is a different kind of check, or scattered around a couple different points in the hole, you could fix the conduits and fully restore power to the gate and open it that way. So one is a couple of simple checks. The other is a project, which will use up some of your materials and uses a bit of a different logic for how to make the check.
So just to clarify, the repair is the project,
Mm-hmm.
and that fully fixes it, or not? Like, what is it? A jury rig, in other words, or is it actually repair?
The project is a jury rig. To repair everything, you'll have to go around the hole and do a few different things. The project would definitely be harder.
Okay, let's go for the easy part because there is actually a time component here. I cannot take forever.
Okay. So we're going to do this in a couple different rounds.
Okay.
So on your first round, go ahead and draw your hands for your first round for both of y'all.
Okay, I have drawn my hand.
Janet?
Hmm?
Janet as well?
Yeah.
All right. I don't need to see it yet.
Oh, beg your pardon.
You're going to draw a hand because you may need multiple cards for this one. All right. So, Janet will go first because she has the reflex. You can either choose to give the turn over to Dimmy or...
I will give the turn over to Dimmy because he's the one being useful right now.
So you're at the first spot to repair Dimmy. If you would like to make the check for that.
Yeah, so engineering, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So 5 plus 10. That's a 15 minus 1, 14, I'm guessing, because it's one card, right? Is that how it works?
Yep.
Yeah. So 14.
Okay. And wait, you only drew one card for the round?
Yes.
Okay. So, while you're working, one of the buggies takes notice of you, and
How could it not? Look at that sweet face.
yeah, that big hulking figure down in their hive, and it buzzes, it swarms at you, it lands on you, and it starts biting at the back of the hood of your environment suit.
Oh shit!
Now you don't have any cards
like-
to react with, but Janet is up on the side of the hole.
I sure am.
And she sees it biting at your suit.
Yeah.
So
I am going to do a pew.
a pew. All right.
1 pew, please.
So give me a precision check.
Oh. Okay.
And now I understand why we should draw more cards. Once again.
Yes.
Yep. No cards on your turn means you're a sitting duck.
Okay, so precision is a 3. I drew an 8. So that is a 10 because I drew one card, right? So that is what I'm at with the pew.
All right. And you're going to take a pew right at the one sitting on his neck?
Yeah. So
All
I
right.
say, "Oh, Mockless, I think it likes you. Let me get that for you."
So a moment later, as you feel it on your neck, like the strange weight of a creature that is both weightless and heavy as a bug, and you feel its pincer like pushing at your neck. You feel like a cold press, and then on the wall next to you, a splatter of purple and green as the insides of the bug get nailed to the wall by one of the flechettes, which kind of just does a little like
Wow.
wobble, like doorknob wobble or doorstop wobble as it hits the wall, and the creature falls off, but you feel cold.
Oh no! Oh no! The suit is open. Shit!
Oh no.
Yes, yes, suffer.
The internal monologue of every GM ever, suddenly externalized here on the World Anvil livestream.
Wow. Okay. I cannot do anything in this round, I'm guessing. So I have to wait for the next one.
Yep. So that's one of them done. The creatures have definitely started to take more of a notice of you guys, especially Dimmy, who's down in the hole. But now we get Janet, is there anything else you wanted to do with your remaining cards?
I only drew one card.
Okay.
For reference, sitting duck. And I'm not going to do that in the future.
All right.
But for now, I have used my pew. My pew is expelled. I've expelled pew. That's it. I done.
And you level precision because you used a 10. Or you didn't use it. Did you use a 10?
I got a 10.
You got a 10.
Cumulative 10. Does that count or not?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Wait, did I get the engineering as well? What was the difficulty for that?
Your engineering. Nope, that's not hard enough for engineering. Sorry.
It's not hard enough, Timmy.
I know, right?
All right. So next round, are you guys gonna give me your antes? Tell me how many cards you draw for it.
I'm gonna draw 3 cards this round. Fuck me.
The bug tried. Oh no. It's finally happened.
So this is why it's kind of a trick. It's like Ethnis encourages card counting because if you're sitting there like, I know the rest of my deck is
Can
garbage.
you go back to your discard pile and see what you have there? Are you allowed to?
Sure.
Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
yeah. You can have assistance in card counting. My goal is to get Ethnis players kicked out of every casino in the United States.
And some in Canada.
I was playing a card game recently with someone, and I started counting the cards, and they're like, "Wow, you could be a card trick." I'm like, "No, thanks."
Apparently, you can be a professional both. But oh man!
All right, how many cards you got? 3 and 3. All right, so Janet, are you gonna give your first turn over to Dimmy this time again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So Dimmy, to get to the next one, I'm going to need an agility check for you to work on it. It's going to require an engineering check, and then whatever you want to do with your third card, or if you want to hold it.
So wait, what is the agility check first?
Agility checks to move to it,
To
because you're
move to
going
what?
around. You're moving to the next conduit. So
I'm
you're-
moving to the next comment. I say
Yep.
yeah. Okay. How is my agility base? Just to clarify.
Since the hole's only about probably 5 meters across, it's not far, but it is part of your movement.
Where is my agility?
It's down under lower
yeah.
body.
Oh, it's 0. Awesome.
You're not very fast, but can you do a handstand and run?
Aha!
What kind of difficulty are we looking around there?
What was that?
What kind of a difficulty are we looking at?
The ground is wet and slick, so that's probably 1 or 2 points of difficulty. You have an uneven terrain of growth over it, so that's probably a couple more points of difficulty. And then if there's no wind down here, so you're fine on that. There's no slope, so you're fine on that. So it's probably a minimum of 3 or 4 difficulty per space moved. Your next spot is at least we'll say 2 spaces away.
I don't think I can make this. Because I have -3 from the cards as well, right?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh no, you're going to fall on your face. You're going to
Yeah,
take 1
okay.
gravity to your face. I'm so sorry.
I will use one of my cards. I will use an 8,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't have any others from the skills. So actually, that's actually 8 -3. It's a 5 for the agility check in total.
Okay, so you're walking over to the next spot.
Yeah.
And then
Do I get to put a point to my agility for this?
yes, actually,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, oh geez, this floor sucks. So Janet,
Aw.
I think he's movement locked at the moment.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do?
Do I have such a thing as duct tape? Or something similar? Can I strap his suit up?
You're not
I mean-
down there with him.
No, I know, but were I to go down there, could I do something useful is kind of my question here.
So, the way that could be done is I know Dimmy has a series of mechanical parts, which those mecha parts could be used in a project to repair the Enviro suit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
You could go down and help him with that, but
And I do have a toolkit as well, which gives me bonus to my rolls, right? Essentially, when
Yeah.
I try to.
Yeah. the toolkit
Wait,
especially.
You have a toolkit and I have a tent. If your toolkit has duct tape in, I have material, we can patch your suit.
No, I have material as well. It's okay. If somebody can patch the suit, I can patch the suit. Don't worry. Like, make sure that I don't die at this point.
Behind you. Okay, I don't know. Your agility sucks. I don't know if you can even scratch your own head without knocking it off.
Falls over.
Ah, that was both in character and out of character. Interesting.
Wow.
Wow!
I love you.
I think
Yeah, we'll
that
see about that later on last night. Let's continue.
I'm in trouble. So the answer to that is from up here. If I believe that Mokalis can patch his own suit,
Mhm.
I think I have a better range of vision up here to help him with my gun than if I go down there, because
Okay.
I have height and I have better like range of vision.
You
So
have
I'm
the
going to
high
stay up
ground.
here for now. Yeah, exactly.
Um,
So I'm going to stay up here for now and keep my flechette aimed in the vicinity.
All right. Uhera asks if you need any help because he's gonna go down.
I mean, I should be fine up here. Moklos is the
Yeah,
one that needs help right now.
You're the lightning lady. It's fine. He drops a line, or he starts climbing down Dimmy's line, so he's gonna join Dimmy.
Look out below, Moklos.
He's gonna use up a 6 on that.
Get ready to catch me! Get ready to catch me! Just
Yeah, he
First
speed lines.
fall!
He speed lines down, and he's with you. He's gonna hold otherwise, and then we're gonna have a couple more. So a couple bugs swoop around and they swoop at you again, but they're still dazed from the explosion, and they end up just crashing into the ground at your feet. Some more stuff to step over. So thankfully this round they didn't manage to accomplish anything because they had a really bad hand.
Which is good, because I have an ace, a 2, and a 3.
wow!
Yes, I found the crap seam of my deck.
That means none of those cards would be able to be used as an action because you'd have -3 on all of them.
So
Yep.
the players and watchers alike, this is why the players don't have to tell you their cards, because then you don't have that feeling of like, oh man, they drew bad cards, I'm not going to throw something at them. You know, it's like you just gotta play blind, and they have to react to it. Since they know what they're
throwing these away, because we're done with this round.
Yep. So go ahead and trash your hand and do a new round.
If you need to
Wait,
shuffle,
wait,
you
wait,
can do
wait,
it
wait.
whenever you want.
I can still use cards from my hand, right?
Oh yeah, you can still do stuff.
I would like to repair the things as I'm there.
Okay. So the way this works, how many cards do you have?
2.
Okay. So,
Do I have a -2 now, first of all? Or is it still -3 because I drew -3 in the beginning of the round?
still -3.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you can give me an engineering check to do a quick patch.
Okay, so I have 5 from engineering, -2 from the catches, 2 from the bonus and penalties, and 7 equals 9.
All right. So that is all good. Yeah, I'll do that. So for future reference, these wear checks are to help track that sort of damage. The first one basically nullifies any ability bonuses. So like the armored environment suit, the ability is that it's sealed. So the first perforation got rid of that, but you repaired it, and the wear gets removed, so you're reset.
Oh no, I did not repair the suit, by the way. I repaired. I did a repair check to continue with the work I've been doing to open up the.
You're not in position yet.
Oh, okay. So in which case, yeah, okay, then I'm using that
Yeah,
then.
sorry.
Do I need to use a meta material for this or not?
Yeah, use up 1 material, so you should be down to 19.
So I'll make a materials down to 19. Okay.
Yep. Cool. So now, next round.
Could I have used my meta toolkit for this out of curiosity to actually get another bonus of 2, essentially, or would that?
To use your mecha toolkit. That's more of a what you're allowed to work on thing. So with bare hands, you can do it.
I get you. Yeah.
Your toolkit's what's allowing you to do the repairs on the conduits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get you. Cool.
And then the next level up is the workbench, which is where you can actually make armor and stuff if you find a workbench to craft at. We use crafting game rules here.
Nice. So everything we use now that we don't have anything else goes discarded, right? Like this actually back to the pile.
Yep.
That is
Well,
correct.
yeah, everything goes in the discard whether you've played it or not.
Correct.
How's your deck looking? How much cards you got left?
I'm about a third of the way through.
Nice. Yep. Cool.
Maybe slightly less.
All right, give me a new round, a new ante.
But now I'm afraid, because I think all the crap cards are at the top.
Well, you did get a bunch of crap cards now, so there's going to be less of them.
You can take this opportunity to shuffle.
Yep.
No, I'm not doing it. I have drawn 3 cards.
Me too.
They are
I think
secret.
I'm gonna suffer for this. But yeah.
All right. Janet, you're
Yes.
still first.
Yes. However, Demetrius is still the person who is doing the things, and I'm still the person on watch. So I will allow Demetrius to go first. I bestow upon him the joy of screwing up first.
Oh,
Excellent. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Janet.
Yes.
It is really appreciated.
Yes, I give hope. You're welcome.
I am so happy to hear it.
All hope.
so gracious our lightning fast Hizarabi.
Yes.
So we've got another, agility to get into place, and then since it's only one space, after that you'll be able to do your engineering check.
So what's the difficulty of that?
Still estimated 3 or 4.
And I'm -3 for the cards
Yeah.
with 0. So I cannot succeed that.
You don't have a card that's over.
No.
Oh.
Can I give him one of my cards? No.
There's an ability for that you don't have.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So you're kind of sitting duck on a bad hand.
I have an idea of something I can do, but I don't know if it's going to work. I cannot. I mean, I have a problem with movement because my agility is not very good and it's slippery.
Mm.
But what if I could jump it? And I could use my ability. Hang on, wait a minute. Sorry, my kinetic to actually essentially push myself to actually get a higher jump.
That would be a direction spell. So direct, and then, well, if it's to boost a vault, you can do it. If it's just to pick yourself up with kinesis, you're too heavy for.
No. We're boosting a vault. I'm doing a jump, and I'm boosting the jump. Essentially, that's the idea.
Yeah, I can do that. That would actually be
He's doing a double jump.
amplify. You could do it amplify, so you would amplify the force of your movement once you're in the air, to give yourself more thrust.
Okay, let's try that then. So my vault is also horrible. Jesus.
But it's a 2 skill check to get yourself the whole way over, so you're spreading the difficulty out.
Yeah, and actually, you know what? No, I'll just not do anything. I think that's gonna be a very bad idea. I think I just have to steal myself this time around.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm gonna call down the hole and say, Moculus, are you even doing anything down there? Do you say anything?
I'm not going to reply to this. I'm
Okay.
just going to pretend I did not hear it.
So
She's just egging you.
another thing to keep in mind through comms, you can send emojis, and it's all instantaneously. So yeah, you could. So you get a text message back that says you're number 1.
Oh, that's nice. Encouraged by this, I slide down the rope because it seems like Moculus is really struggling. And I mean, I'm not surprised, right? I've met him. So I'm going to use a 7 to vault down the thing.
Are you just gonna jump? You're not even gonna climb?
No, I should climb. I should climb. I should not abandon myself to gravity. I've seen how that goes. So I will. Can I use agility to go down?
Yep, that's the speed rope method. You can use climb or agility.
Great. So that is a 9. Oh no! Wait! That is a 7.
That's a 7?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can use that to go down, and that will be, what's your agility?
33. So
That
3.
will be a level.
Oh.
Oh, and Dimmy, you should have leveled from the last agility check you did as well.
What am I? The agility one? I did that.
You should be okay, yeah.
Yeah, I was at 0 now. I'm at 1.
Okay.
Now that I'm down, can I assist Moculus in his movement?
Yeah. If you can. You can agility over to him, and then one of you can use grapple to hold on to the other for stability.
Okay, so if I agility over to him with 2, is that going to be enough? Do I think, based on the conditions here?
No, but you can get a space closer to him. If you try to go further than that, you may slip.
Okay, in which case I'm going to use a 5 to move over to him. And I'm going to say, all right, let's do this together, shall we?
Got any
And
cards?
that's it. I still have 1 card, but I do not believe I'm going to use it this round.
You don't. So while you're walking, while you're, once you reach the bottom and you're walking over to him,
Yeah.
You get beset upon by another of the bugs.
Covered in bees!
Yep. This one, you feel it like land on your chest with a nice
Shit.
little thump.
Yeah.
And it starts biting at thankfully it's biting at the metal plate, at the plating of the armor.
Okay.
So didn't purchase yet, but you do have a bug on you.
I do. I also still have my flechette pistol in my hand, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Can I shoot it in the face?
Yep.
With a 2?
Probably. I mean, you have that plus
It's
3.
very close.
Exactly. It is point blank. So there's not really a negative for hitting it.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot it in the face with my final card.
All right. Thump. No.
Down, boy.
Yeah. So it's you see the carcass kind of gets split open as it gets blasted off of you.
Juicy.
These are not my colors.
All right. Round.
That's round.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is really fun. Can I just say I'm really enjoying the system.
Not too slow.
No, it's really good. It makes you think about what you're gonna do. I like that there's like complications. I'm here for it. This is very cool.
Yeah, I
Excited.
think we're getting warmed up slowly to the idea, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are already making your checks like masters, so
Yeah. I mean, you would not enjoy this room as much if there was more bugs in it.
that's true. Thank God
Yeah.
someone
Oh yeah.
fired lightning bolt in the air.
All right.
Cool. So next round, right?
Yep.
Next round.
Tell me your ante, your hand size.
Can I decide to actually shuffle because something tells me this is not gonna go very well?
Yep. So for your shuffle, you put all of your royals, your discard, everything back together.
Yeah.
Give me a good shuffle of it. And then your stamina drops by 1. So for you, you're set. Your character doesn't get tired.
Nice.
Training plus
But my
one.
ante is 2, by the way.
Okay. And then you draw an ante as normal.
I was about to say, will I draw afterwards as well in the same time?
Yep. The only penalty for shuffling is that you get a little tired. Because I did not want to discourage shuffling. There are abilities later that you can trigger on shuffle, so there's all sorts of tactics that build into it.
What happens if you're out of a deck? Are you forced to shuffle?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make your energy last as long as possible by never shuffling until you have to.
Okay, I drew 3, but one of them is a royal, so I'm putting it down. So I'm down to 2.
Okay. You can continue drawing after that. You don't.
Oh,
have
I can continue drawing. Okay.
Yeah, you don't
I
have to
will
draw
draw another
five.
one.
You can
Okay,
have your hand.
I have 3.
Cool. Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to say 3 and then draw 3. You just draw until you're ready, and then you tell me how many you drew.
Gotcha. 3.
And then Janet has 2.
2.
Okay, you still letting him go first?
Yeah. No, because I want to assist him now to move him.
Okay. So you want to grapple onto him and then make an agility check with him?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a grapple. Give me an agility. His agility will be 2 points easier with you grappling onto him.
Okay. I'm assuming he's not resisting the grapple.
Of course not.
He just throws you against the wall. He's like, I have this.
Meow!
Joke's on you, that's my cape.
Okay, oh yeah, got a bit of a decision to make here. So I have 0 grapple,
Uh-huh.
which means if I would like to grapple, then I need to have, because I'm at -2 because of my anti,
So you need at least a
a 3.
3
Yeah.
to do
Okay.
anything.
So I'm going to grapple you with an 8. You feel
Nice.
massaged.
Yeah.
You're not just grappled. I'm holding you.
It's a good, yeah.
I feel safe and sound in her warm embrace.
Like a
Slightly,
too small way
slightly fluffy. Yes, exactly.
So Janet's now your belt.
Okay.
Okay,
You know
and I
what I'm
say,
thinking now, Bloom on the group, you know, your legs are around my waist and you're using your hands to actually walk us around kind of thing. Like
but that's
my
kind of how I
third and
see it.
fourth leg kind of thing, but yeah.
But you know, if we both go down, we're both going down in a pile, right? Okay. And I say to Moculus, all right, which of these machiny things are we heading for?
That one. I showed to the one closest essentially.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, give me agility checks. Give me agility numbers.
That is a 3. 3 for
So-
me.
I have 6 and -3 for my cards and 0 from the check and 2 from what Janet gave me. So 6 becomes 3 becomes 4. Yes, 4. That's a 4.
Okay. Yep. All right. So you guys make it across. Janet actually slides a bit because her footing's a little uncertain, but her help on you does help you get across. So during that part, you kind of just drag her the rest of the way. And then you can give me an engineering check.
Okay, so 5 -3, 2 and 4. That's a 6.
Sweet. All right. That will unlock it. You feel a hum vibrate through the floor beneath you as power is restored to the iris. But the sound of it further agitates the bugs. So you've got quite a few angry bugs sitting around.
Moculus, your hole is upsetting people.
One attacks
Think
Ukara.
about your mouth now.
No,
Wait.
dear, that's my hole.
Ukara's being attacked?
Ukara's being attacked now.
Oh no!
He has one of his climbing picks, so as it's flying at him, he just knocks it out of the air, which is good because it was going straight for his face. Now you two will get another one coming at you. One of them just falls down and rattles next to your feet, still dazed from the explosions, evidently. But another is going to go for, I'm going to say Dimmy, because he's the bigger target there. So it's coming at you to attack you. There's a few things you could do here. You could attempt to guard, which would basically be to smack it away with your armor. You could attempt to attack it mid-air. You can attempt to evade. So there's quite a few ways you can handle an incoming attack.
I can
You
draw
know-
right, so you can actually just punch it in the fucking face as it's coming.
You can
You
absolutely.
know when they say there's not room to swing a cat? Don't try that.
Right, so I have a bug of 4, and I have a -3 for my card, which means actually I'm at the 1,
Mhm.
right? And I have a 2 here, so I will make a total of 3. Will that be enough?
The bug only has a 2 to play in response. So you hit the bug. It manages to kind of start to away, but it still gets knocked out of the air and bounces along the wall.
Excellent.
And then, angrily skittering, turns around back towards you. But now, that is its round, and I think that's your guys' round. The next step would be that you can use a partial to open the door, but you are standing on the door.
What is a partial?
Any card is a partial.
Yep.
Oh, I have a royal.
All right.
Yeah, but we are on the door.
Yes.
So
Just
if you
fall
open
in.
the door, we will
We'll
go
just fall in.
through the door.
You
Yes.
just fall in.
Yes.
Yes, but we
No.
do not know what's on the other side of the door.
Yes, but we know what is in this side, and this side is a lot of bugs that are trying to eat us. So I'm gonna open the door.
I love this.
So I use my royal, and I will open the door.
Yes. Okay. All right. So you soon as you've got it going, you say okay, and you direct the power, and you feel the door, and the bulkheads, the iris starts opening. The shutter opens, opening down into darkness. You hear the reflection of space echoing through your ears as it comes up from below. I will give you guys 1 round to draw your hand to react to what's going to happen as you fall. So go ahead and ante up.
Wait, are they opening the Oculus while they're on top of it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh man!
As I draw my hand, I yell, "You were supposed to be the smart one!"
And as you look over, you see Ukara still holding onto the rope like, wow.
These guys are great.
My ante is 3.
All right.
I
So
am
you-
predicting mucho shit.
So you can probably predict that you're going to need at least a vault check for this to stick the landing.
Yeah.
You can't see down too well because it's not very much light getting down into there. So why don't you give me your vault checks and we'll see how that turns out.
I'm not gonna vault.
Oh, what are you going to do?
She's still holding on me, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I will grab her, and I will actually just break my vault, my fall by using my kinetics.
Oh, cool. Okay. That will
Nice.
be kinetics direct.
Yes.
This is the first Ka I've ever seen with the possibility of even doing kinetic spells.
Yep, it's great.
This is amazing.
All right, then the check for that, you probably want to go as high into the spell level as you can to break as much of your fall as possible. You're still,
Okay.
It's not going to completely offset you, like I said, but then if
Can
you're
I
doing,
assist
Huh?
the kinetics with a vault check? Or not?
if you want to put your feet below yourself in the caw and try to break your combined weight, or if you want to let go of him and try to land on his buffer without him.
Yes, I want to do that.
Okay.
We got it. Come on, we'll be fine. We'll be
And if
fine.
it doesn't go fine, Kara's got your back. Hopefully.
How much of an area do you want to cover, Demi? For just below yourself would be 1. 2 would kind of give you a couple spaces to work with.
2.
Okay. So the check for that one is going to be 5 to maintain it, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay, so effectively I'm using my amplifier, which is 0, correct? That's how it works. Or direct, sorry. Direct,
Yeah,
right?
direct. Yep.
So it's 1 for direct.
You can do decay to do a slow fall.
I mean, that was the idea. So the idea is
Okay.
to break, to slow down the fall, right? It's like to...
Yeah. Same difficulty, just different skill.
Okay, so 1, -2 for the card, that's -1, plus 10, that's a 9.
So level up your decay. Demi slow falls on himself, and
So
next to
filthy.
himself. So the two of you you're still falling according to aerodynamics, but the weight with which you are falling is reduced. So the strain on your legs when you land will be lessened.
That is a 9 for my vault check.
Nice. So
Very
you
cool.
ride the Demivator down.
Yeah.
It's an interesting way of putting it.
You should be so lucky.
Okay.
Or the Car Evader.
And the trilogy of videos is complete.
Yeah. That's the last tape. The Dim Evader.
No. What's the last stop of the Dimivator?
Well, the last stop of the Demivator is actually a very wet landing.
Oh my god.
Wet or is it moist?
Moist.
Moist. Everything here is moist. We know that.
You jump down into the dark, moist hole together.
Oh, good. What could possibly go wrong?
You'll find out.
So you fall through the darkness, and it's a fall of maybe 20 or 30 feet.
Yeah.
And then you land, you hit water, but it's not deep. It's just like up to your knees. Dimmy, do you have any cards for the vault check, or are you just taking it?
No, I'm just taking it.
Okay.
I mean, I have a card, but that's not the card that you want to use with this check. So...
Well, so here's the thing: a partial success is still better than a failure.
It's not a success. I can guarantee
It would be a
I
negative.
think-
Oh, okay.
I think with 2 cards and then 1 in my hand, I'm definitely -1. So I don't know if that's a success or a partial success, but
Partial
It's a
success
minus
is
one.
any check greater than 0 still counts as a partial. 'cause
I
it's
don't
better
have
than.
that.
Okay.
No, I don't have that.
It means your
Can I
character
help
died.
him somehow?
Are you still holding on to him? Do you have a grapple?
Yes.
No, I let go to do the vault.
Okay. Then only
No.
if you have a creative
Okay.
means to do it.
Wait. How much soul do I have left?
Dimmy is out. Or no, Dimmy's got 2 now.
Wow.
4.
How much soul do I have?
So, hint.
Wait. Yeah, because I use them. Yeah.
I have a little hint for you.
Yeah.
Metaphysics Amplify would increase the level of his spell.
Interesting.
Nice.
And I do have that.
And if his spell level was raised by 2, it would be enough to negate. Well, his spell's actually enough to negate your weight because you're a size 3. He's a size 5, so 2 more points would negate his weight as well.
Well, in that case, 9 minus 3 is a 6 plus 1 is a 7 amplify.
You can do that.
I do that.
I love
7
you.
amplify.
Math.
All right. So
So I as I sort of disengage from him, I ride the Dimivator down, obviously. And as we're just coming into land, he's coming in too fast, and I just go, meh, like that. And he just
and he further slows, and the 2 of you land in the water. Dimmy doesn't land on his feet, but he doesn't land with pain.
I was gonna say,
I will probably-
I land on my feet very elegantly, and Dimmy lands on his butt. It's
I
kinda
will
how
say
it's
actually I will land and I will buckle essentially, so I will knee in the water kind of thing, which actually
There
means
you
the water will be in my waist. But realizing what happened, I will turn to her and I say, "Thanks, Fluffball. I appreciate it."
Oh,
You're welcome, meat man. Anytime.
Oh my
I put out a paw to help him up.
And then a moment later, you hear clink, zzz,
Wow, what's that?
and then there's
All
a carrot. As he slides down the rope he's left.
He's the robe master, so he knows how to.
Rope
Bitch.
man.
Making all the best choices today, Okara. I respect that. I look
Alright.
at Muthless, I look back at Ukara, and I nod again.
So Ukara sends a message to Gage. We are inside. The portal is clear. Be mindful of bugs. And this, as Gage brings the VTOL around, you see the shadow of it fall over the hole with the rain and the droplets coming down. And then the wing ship comes to a hover over the hole, folds its wings in, and drops down onto a tripod of feet that land it, and then it bows forward, and Nashu and Ramshanti come out to join you. And that
Welcome
actually,
to hell.
there we go. And that clears up episode 1 of Entering the Arcana.
Woo! That's amazing.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to run for you.
Oh my god, this was the best.
Oh my goodness.
That was
Okay.
actually really good.
Thank you.
Like, it took me the whole episode to understand how the deck system works, and understanding the fact that essentially you do need more cards to be able to have more actions in your round, and there will be times that this is required, of course. It was very interesting, and I actually honestly think this is a very interesting system for many reasons. I would have liked to be able to use a bit more the special abilities on the cards. Actually, like, I felt like the character was very mundane at this level, essentially, although the magic is really good. I like the ideas are very nice, and I like the openness of the system. It does require people who have the intelligence to understand actually how this can be interpreted. I think, like, it's not like for people who just are used to, fireball, that's 5d6 damage, and that's pretty much it, kind of thing. It's more like Mage the Ascension, kind of like the idea of, like, you have to understand this is the ability, and you can mold it the way you want it. But I do like that. Actually, from my end, actually, this is actually really, really good. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I
a
think-
setting where just about everyone knows a bit of magic. It's kind of inherent. So you guys are,
Especially in the pact.
yeah, you're learning how to be a person from Ethnis by doing that.
That is
Can I
really good.
introduce you to my favorite thing to do at the end of RPGs?
Yes.
It's called Stars and Wishes.
All
It's
right.
the best. So, Stars and Wishes goes like this. Go around the table, everybody gets a star or more than one star, which is something that they absolutely loved. A great moment, a key moment. GM can get a star, anybody can get a star. It's a nice moment to, like, talk about all the great stuff that happened and all of those wonderful moments. And a wish. A wish is, wouldn't it be awesome if next time? Or, oh shucks, I sure wish that ... So it's a very positive way of like unpacking the experience that you've just had. It's a really, really nice way of kind of like thinking about how we can do things next time, and I sure do hope that next time it's going to be my wish. So stars and wishes. I will go first because I am sharing stars and wishes. That seems fair.
Mhm.
I love this as an introductory adventure. So I think one of my big stars is you've really managed to share the feeling of Ethnis. It's magical, but it's also creepy AF. There's tech, but there's also a lot of mystery involved. It feels futuristic, but also there's a lot of things that are very old and weird to explore and ruined. And I think you've absolutely nailed the introductory adventure. Like, you really have got that. And the way that you've introduced those checks, I just think is so well done. Nothing feels like it's going to be too lethal. It gives you a chance to learn the system really well. In terms of introductory adventure, mwah, love. I love Mockless so much.
Right?
I'm sorry my character was so sassy towards him, but he really gave as good as he got in such a nice way. I really enjoyed that. It was fantastic.
It's wonderful.
So yeah, these are my stars, and I really just had a lot of fun. It was so much fun. And I think my wish is more. I want to play again. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that's basically my wish. Just more, yes, more, please, more.
Well,
Thank you.
Excellent.
yes, there will be more.
Jimmy, would you like to do stars and wishes?
So stars. I think Star was the adventure for me. Like, it was a very well designed adventure. I liked a lot the idea. It was of course introductory adventure, but I liked the setting up because it gave me a bit more understanding about the environment and the world and the basic information so you need to know. I liked actually the fact that the progression was nice. I'm really curious to see what actually is in the archaeology right now. Like, if I was continuing this session, I would be like, yeah, like, I'm really into it now. Tell me more, kind of thing. That is for sure there. I would say that my character was definitely designed more for a long-lasting campaign. Like, essentially, when I built the character, I thought of a character not I will be playing a solo, like a one-shot. I was saying, I'm playing a character. This character has a lot that is, like, technology-wise, and actually has a lot of actually arts and things like that. Like, it's like a more creative character that can also show in a solo adventure kind of thing so much. But I still loved him. He's really cool, and I love the way that the system worked itself. I definitely want to play again. I want to know what's happening. That's only a question about that. I would say I have one wish, apart from playing again, which is the obvious. I wish that because you wrote a beautiful text there, and you had your allows. I wish the allows were allows. Like I think actually, because I know you can. If I was listening to those as allows and I was able to communicate first person to first person, I would have been even deeper into. I felt like when we actually did that part of the adventure you're describing is the thing, I felt like it was being read and not
It was narrated rather than
exactly narrated.
experienced.
Yeah.
So a question I had with that, because I was worried that reading those parts aloud would make it too much of an audiobook and not enough of an interaction. So you think that reading those spots aloud would not have consumed too much space?
I think that it needed a bit of between, like I said, the allows themselves would have been interesting to be heard. And when it comes to interactions, for example, because there was some communication which was not between us, it was between, for example, Lithresia and Cage, I think they were actually between them.
Yep.
It would have been nice if you two actually were doing the communication, so actually you were playing as players and could hear it actually going. But apart from that, it was just description, the example. I don't think it was bad. I'm just thinking it will be nicer because it will put you deeper into the story, kind of thing.
Yeah.
In general, coming from somebody who has written a bunch of RPGs, the allows should be short. And by short, I mean it shouldn't take more than 20 or 30 seconds to read them. So the minute that you take longer, it then becomes, as you said, narration. It becomes audiobook rather than roleplay.
Yeah.
And but I totally understand why you would make that choice for a new GM just getting into the system. I wonder if there's something in between that you can find. They were very masterfully written, I will say. I just a little bit too long, maybe.
Yeah. That's what I worried about. So part of the reason why I wrote them like this is this page isn't written for players, it's written for GMs for
Yeah.
For the GM, yeah,
if you want
absolutely.
to run this game, I recommend that you really read it and then you paraphrase based off of how your players respond. So like a lot of this is kind of written assuming that the player is just following. So the NPCs can take over different aspects of pushing the story if a player doesn't have the skill to do it, but that gets pushed off onto the player if there's a player there that can fill it. So it's meant to be a little iffy on how much you actually say.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys had stopped in the beginning and engaged with the NPCs a lot and made Oscar and Tyler, when they played, it took us probably 30 or 40 minutes to get through the part where you get to know the other NPCs because they wanted
I believe that. Yeah,
Yeah.
the moment you go to first person, honestly, and that's was actually because it was hard to say that it was a good idea to do it or not, because I know from being a storyteller that sometimes when you give interaction to your players, it might take 3 hours just for the introductions. And it
Yeah,
happened
absolutely.
like I was just playing actually Ethnis with my team because we had actually a corporate, I mean, that's a secret, but we had a corporate retreat to discuss about the new game master and player systems for Goldanville. And as part of that, we played the campaign in the evening, and literally from the 5 pages of content, we went through the first one in 4 nights because we were just role playing.
Yep.
Like interacting with each other kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, right now, Oscar's character and Tyler's character are both hitting on each other and Ukera. So there's been like a whole lot of grab ass on the way to the mission.
Yeah.
And we almost killed Ukera, so the flirting is not going well. The way we played through it is we literally, one of us had an impact gel launcher, and we're using it like a homemade grenade launcher, just dunk, 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 just shooting everything with giant explosions.
They just kept blowing up the hole until
and
it was
eventually Ukera got hit by debris, and
Yeah.
we're all like, "Oh no, Ukera!" And we all took care of him.
They
sat
dropped a
him
big
up.
rock on his head.
Like, you poor
So-
thing. But
I think the finished stuff, I would say it was an absolutely beautiful experience. I would both love to play as a player and storytell the system and the world, which actually means that the onus is on you, because in order to storytell it, I need books and information.
well,
Yep.
One thing we can say is, as long as you two would love to have us, we will definitely continue on this campaign. I think this was a perfect format for it. I think it was a lot of fun. And the little call to action for all the folks who are watching, this is not the only game we will play. The plan is, now that we kind of have gotten to the stage of being ready, the Discord for Ethnis is going to become very much alive with role play and different stories. I'm working on modules myself that are separate from this one. Obviously, we'd love to run the arcology for more people as well. So some of them will be live. Some of them may be on forums on the World Anvil discussion board, because I'm getting those up and running. So if you guys want to be part of this and you want to play more and you want to make your own characters, hit us up in Discord. We've got a lot going on and we'd love to have you guys. So
Amazing.
So what I'm hearing is, if you want to come play Space Thundercats,
yes,
this is your chance. It's awesome. You saw how much fun we had. The system is amazing. The character options are amazing. This is such a cool world. So guys, go check them out. Go take part in getting this system to the next stage, in the playtesting stage. We need this. This is the time. Go Anvilites. It's kind of where I'm at with this.
yes,
Yeah.
Bring a deck of cards.
yes. Bring a deck of cards. You need one.
Cards.
Thank you guys
Oh.
for this opportunity. It was a dream.
It
Oh,
Finally.
was
absolutely.
for us,
It only took us 5 years.
And then
But
another
then
5 years, I'll
then
have
what
some
is
more
it?
time off.
All right, we will be
Well-
in contact with you to set up an episode 2 then. I need to finish
Amazing.
kind of writing
Okay.
the very end piece of this. Writing the end of this is hard because the whole itself is something that I think there's going to be a lot of different ways to go at it. So I'm just going to give blocks of information about like the different possible approaches that someone can take. Explosives, magic, sneaking, bait, however.
From somebody who wrote adventures, I would suggest to you that one of the important things that a game master will need is to have an understanding of this and let them make their decisions of how their players, because you will never be able to find out all the possible ways that players will try to figure it out.
Yeah.
But you can define to your game master what is the space and in some detail, so they can play with that essentially to give the opportunity to the players to be creative and do what they want to do.
Exactly. Yeah. Do metrics instead of assumptions.
Yes, exactly. Give them the information and let them actually play it themselves.
Yeah.
Cool. I think with that, we are there. I would like to, before we go, to say a very best of luck to everyone who will take part in the Spooktober challenge, guys, this year. I hope you enjoy it. Yes. Since we're here and we have a community stream as well, in a way, I would like to say that be prepared, because within the next 30 days, there are going to be some major changes on the website. FYI, major changes, yeah. And apart from that, actually, this is all from you, Janet. Is there anything else you'd like to
That's
give
it.
to the game?
No, that's it. We there. I would like to say a massive thank you, of course, to everybody who came to hang out with us.
Yes.
Have some good time in the chat. Merchant Mana Band already written their first Spooktober entry, hopefully inspired by Ethnis, I hope. And yeah, we will be live next week with a bunch of Spooktober stuff, NaNoWriMo stuff, all those good things. And in the meantime, let's go on a raid. Our raid shout is Light Up the Forge, and we are going to raid... Oh, let's go and raid an Anvilite. We have a few up. Let's see who we can find.
Is it one of y'all? Are you double dipping?
Oh, can you even imagine? Oh, Strixline is up. Let's go raid Strixline.
She was double dipping.
Yeah, I can't believe it, Line.
Okay, the raid has been created, which is so extraordinary because I'm usually terrible at that. So, you know what to do, guys. Shout out in the chat when you get there. Light Up the Forge to let her know, of course, that we sent you. And I'll see you all soon on the internet space. Big love to you all. Now grab your hammer.
And go.
And go,
Go,
go, go!
go!